Alright. Hello. I have my son in the other room watching Barney while I do this, so if you hear Barney in the background, that's why. What I have here are two Reeve Sebenzas. One is a 21, one is a 25. Just wanted to give a little comparison, differences, and my thoughts on the differences between the two. Okay, as you can see, I like to use the pocket sheaths, not really to keep them pretty, but just because I like the way they look and feel inside the pocket. I put Grindworks lanyards on all my Sebenzas. I really like how they look. Here's my small. Each one's different. So obviously everybody pretty much knows about the 21. I added blue hardware to this. I sent it to Reeve Knives and had them put on double lugs, blue hardware and all that. I just wanted to change it up a little bit. I like it a lot. You know, I know the blue will fade, and when it does, I'll probably just change everything back to silver, but it's fun for now. So that's the 21. Here's the 25. One thing that's nice about the 25 is that it comes from the factory with double lugs, so you don't have to worry about a thing. Now if you notice here with the 25, they grind out this section here so you can actually get your thumb in here to open it. It's still not the easiest to open it up with your left hand, but it's not bad. Okay. When you have thumb studs added or even ordered from Reeve double lugs, he no longer grinds out here, so it's really tough to use it. Not really tough, but it's more tough than most people would like. So it's kind of more for visual appearances, you know, stuff like that. The two are very similar and they're very different. The bushing system is the biggest difference between the two. This has the pivot bushing. This has a traditional pivot, where the pivot bushing on the 21, you tighten it down and that's it. It's always going to feel the same. It's always going to open the same, etc. You know, so it's really smooth. You open it, it just feels great, locks up, you know, and when you release, the tension on the lock bar from the blade will come down nice. You know, obviously you don't have to do it that way, but that is awesome that the blade or the lock bar tension is what keeps the knife up or down when you release. I love that. You know, it's just a beautiful feeling. It's nice and smooth. Now with the 25, you tighten this to how you like it. Now mine came probably more tight than it could be, which is fine. I don't like fast flicking opening knives, so I don't mind using this and letting it wear in a little bit so it gets to be more like this one when you open it. So you can tighten this down, loosen it up to how you like the knife. It does come with Loctite in the packaging, so you can Loctite it. When you close this one, because all the tension is in here versus the lock bar, when you release the lock bar, it doesn't fall. Okay. So, love it or hate it. A lot of people love this type of pivot. I don't, but I can see why people would like it. So there. One thing that's really cool about these knives is that even if you were to take the screw out totally and let no tension be on here at all, there is still no blade play whatsoever when you move it or try to move it. So you can definitely still feel the awesome engineering and build quality from these knives in every regard. So that's very nice. The lanyard, where you put the lanyard, is very different. So here you see obviously the extra hole that was added during manufacturing for the lanyard, which is nice. I like that. Now with this one, they incorporate this screw to be the lanyard, which is great if you keep the original lanyard on there, or if you take it off, it'll just be a nice decorative spacer with a screw. Now, to get a normal paracord type lanyard on there, you can see that there's really not a lot of space between the blade and the lanyard, so you have to be sure to crank it real tight around the spacer. That's why I have this extra knot up here. If I didn't have that there, it would obviously come in contact with the blade and eventually cut it pretty good probably. Now also you have to take apart the knife to get this type of lanyard on there. So I have already taken it apart. That is another big difference between the two. This one here, you just sandwich everything together. This one here, you kind of have to do it, a specific way. There's many instructional videos on how to take this one apart and put it back together. They've been around for a long time. There's even instructions, or at least there used to be on Chris Reeve's site. I'm sure they're still there. Yeah, so with this one here, you just sandwich it back together. The only thing you have to be careful of is the stop pin here. Make sure it doesn't rotate. If it does, you have to fix it so that you can open and close the knife, because the blade will hit the stop pin. There's actually a groove cut out of the stop pin so to allow the knife to pass. You can actually see like no light. It's so close when it goes by the stop pin. The Micarta scales, a lot of people don't like it. At first I hated it. I remembered seeing the pictures before when it was a concept, and I thought it looked horrible. I hated it. It has grown on me. From the pictures I saw online, I started to like it. Once I got it in my hand, I like it even more. It is different. A lot of people say they wish it was a one-piece design. I don't know if that really would have made it look better, and it would have definitely gone away from the two-piece design of the 21. Love it or hate it, it's probably not going to change, and I kind of like it now. The finger grooves are nice. They feel good. They don't hurt when you're holding it. You can grip it as tight as you want. It just feels pretty good. I do wish they were a little bigger because they're a little small for my fingers, but it works. The other difference that to some might sound trivial, but to people that really enjoy the Chris Reeve knives, they like to play with them while they're watching movies or weird stuff like that. I don't know what or when they play with them, but I know me, when I'm watching a movie, I like to play with my knife. It's relaxing, comforting, whatever. I like the sound, I like the feel. The sounds between the two are actually very different, and obviously this has a ceramic ball to not only go into the I can't remember what it's called right now, and the detent. The ceramic ball is in the detent, and it glides along the the blade and acts as the point of connection when it's open, to keep it open. You can kind of see it in there. It is a bigger ceramic ball than I was expecting, which is nice, gives it more strength. This one here does have a ceramic ball, but that just connects, glides along the knife when you're opening and closing it, and obviously pops into the detent. The point of contact when it's open to stop it is the titanium, which has a special heat treat on it so that it doesn't wear like regular titanium would, you know, hitting against steel. So they do have different sounds, different feels, not only opening but obviously closing. You know, there is a double click when you open this one from the ceramic ball losing contact with the blade and the lock bar connecting. So it's like, okay, double hit, double sound, which is nice. So when you do it nice and quick, it's neat little sound. When you close, so it's a nice sound. This one here also sounds great, but it's just different. Definitely not a bad sound. Okay, and when you close, it's a little deeper sound. Most people find talking about this kind of stupid, but it does make a difference. A lot of people specifically love the sound of the 21. The sound of the 25 is also nice, just different. So with that all being said, you know, obviously there's other subtle changes between the two. You know, the blade thickness, the handle. Obviously I have pretty big hands, and I do like how this knife feels in the hand, but I also like the way this one feels in the hand. It doesn't feel bad, obviously. Now if you were to ask me which one I like more, that is obviously a very difficult thing to answer. There are things I love and not love about both. Probably the biggest beef I have with the 25 is the position of the lanyard. Obviously I could go without a lanyard, but I kind of like the look of it. I never used to. But when I'm holding on to this, because I have pretty big hands, this hits my palm. So it gets kind of not really annoying, but it's just there and it just doesn't feel right. You know, obviously this one here, it droops straight down, so it doesn't feel like anything in the hand. You know, so that's a big one. But I still love the knife. If I had to pick one between the two to carry for the rest of my life, I would actually probably pick the 21. I really love the pivot bushing. I love its simplicity. I'm used to it. I actually like this design more, the way it looks. You know, this one is also lighter, which doesn't really matter much. But yeah, the pivot bushing of this one is a real game changer for me. It was really innovative back in the day when Chris Reeve started making these. You know, so it still is amazing to me. So there you go. Quick little video on it. I do love both though. I carry this one the most. I got, you know, this one recently. This one here just happened to be made on my 40th birthday when I bought it. So it's definitely a special one. Never will be sold. This one will never be sold. Small could be sold, but I probably won't sell it. So I have a nice little Micarta family here. They all open superbly. They all close awesome. There is no issues between any of them. can definitely feel how the 25 is more robust, you know, but with daily use, I really don't obviously think there's any task a 21 can't handle that a 25 can. So there you have it. You know, just keep having a good day and enjoy your knives, whatever you have. They're all awesome, even the inexpensive ones. I love knives. Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.